Good morning. It is currently Tuesday, October 4th, and I'm going to get started on my first costume, which is a Wednesday Addams dress using this Hollywood 1940s dress pattern. I thought it would make a great Wednesday Addams dress. I'll do the collar in white, and then the main part of the dress is just going to be a plain black. So it'll be a good basic dress, but also a costume. So I have gotten my very first vintage Hollywood pattern. I love these ones, but they're a bit more pricey when you find them online usually, so this is my only one so far. Hopefully in the future I will get more, but for now, this is what I have. So what I'm gonna make is a 1940s Wednesday Addams dress. I thought this silhouette fit her dress quite nicely. So we're probably gonna make maybe this one, but without the bow, but we will do a white collar. I have a little piece of white fabric that I'll use for the collar, but the cats have been laying on it, so I do need to wash it first. But I also got 8 yards of 108-inch wide fabric, so it's very wide. Got 8 yards of this because I'm going to make 3 different black dresses with it, so I think it should be plenty. This pattern should only take like 3 yards, and I don't even know if it has to take 3 yards because it's so wide. I might be able to cut out more with it across the width of the fabric, if that makes sense. So I should be able to get more out of this fabric than like normal. I think generally it would come in like 54 inches wide, something like that, but I have a black zipper. I'll have to wash that piece of white fabric tomorrow, and then we need to cut this out in the black. The envelope is in not the greatest condition. It's completely open, but it appears that the pieces are still factory folded. And then we also have the instructions to look at. I don't know if you guys remember it, but this pattern looks very similar to I think it was a 1960s kind of pleated dress, like the pleated at the bottom. This is done in it's done in like the same way, I believe. So I've done something similar before, so this shouldn't be too difficult. It just does end up being a lot of pieces. It's well, yeah, like the front, the side, and the back. And front. Wait, why are there 2 different front pieces? Is that the facing? I don't know. What is this? I looked at it. So I think this is the center front, this is the side front. Then we have a side back and a back piece, like a center back piece. But both of the front pieces, the front and the side front, are both labeled as the front, which is not confusing at all. And then both the side back and the back piece are labeled as the back piece. And that's not confusing at all either. But you can actually see this is the neckline for the center back. And then this front piece has the side piece as well. So I think this is the center front, the side back, and then the center back. Okay, I'm just going to show you the pieces initially pinned together. So all of these places where you see blank areas, that's where the skirt area will be pleated, and then these will come together up here. So these will be sewn together, these will be sewn together, and then these will be pleated in that process of those seams coming together. But first, I pinned all of the skirt areas together, and then I'm going to sew all of those plus the sides. They're already together because there's not a pleated area there. But yeah, I'm going to sew all of these. Then I'll pin all of these sections together. And then in the process of doing so, these will come together and it will create those pleats for the flare out of the skirt. So those pleat skirted areas are all sewn together, and now I have the main top upper body area pinned together. This is the v-neck for the center front, and then later on, after I sew these seams, I will put these more into that pleat shape that we want to make the pleats lay nicely. And that is the progress so far. And one thing I'm changing is this was supposed to have a side closure, but I'm not doing that. I don't want to do a side closure. It's going to have a zipper in the back. Okay, so I didn't show sewing the pleats by hand, but I did just sew all of those pleats in place by hand, and it's looking really cute. I think this is going to be a really nice dress to wear when it's done. So cute. I love the little pleats.
Okay, so I just ironed this. The cotton is a bit thin, so I might end up having to make a slip to go under it, maybe out of the black cotton, so that 2 layers should at least be solid enough to not be see-through, but we'll see. So I have it ironed, and then I sewed the back skirt portion closed, and I'll get that area ready for a zipper. I think I'm gonna, it doesn't have me finish this way in the instructions, but I might make like a facing for around the neck and around the back maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so I tried it on. It fits okay. I think next time I make this pattern though, I need to shorten the torso by like an inch or two or something. It feels like the torso is too long for me. I did shorten the skirt area when I cut it, but I did not take any out of like the torso area, and I think I just should have taken some out of that lengthwise, and then I think it would fit a little better. However, I'm so far into this that I feel like I can't go back at this point, and I'm just gonna finish it as it is, and I'll make that note for next time because I do have a project in mind for this pattern for Valentine's Day that I really want to make. But for now, I'm gonna do the sleeves, and then I'm gonna cut out the collar and put that on. All right, I got my sleeves ready, sewed them down, turn them right side out, and now I'm going to start inserting the sleeves. We are supposed to be doing some pleating to get it to fit in there, and it's supposed to kind of poof at the top. So it's supposed to kind of look like that. So I'm gonna try it. So I've been looking at Wednesday Addams' dress, and she really doesn't have these points on her collar, and I don't know that I like the look of them. I think this dress looks pretty Wednesday Addams. I'm thinking I might shorten the sleeve to the elbow. I don't know if I like the 3/4 sleeve for this dress, but I think the shoulders, whoops. I like how the shoulders look with this 1940s puff. I think it does look pretty Wednesday Addams-y, but her collar on her dress never has the points on it. It's always like around. So I think I'm gonna cut the points off. I don't think I like the look of the points for this one. So I think I'm gonna just chop them off, but I'll still use the same collar piece. I just realized that I made this collar one piece. However, in the center back, I have a zipper. So I need to cut my, what do I do? I cut this in half? Maybe? I cut it in half because I think that's my only option. So I guess I'll have to try to tuck this edge in, sew it down, and get it to fit in the back and the front. Alright, so I finished the collar just now, and I trimmed the sleeves a little bit, but I'm going to try it on again to see if I want where I want the sleeve length to be, and then I just have to hem the bottom, and my Wednesday Addams dress will be done. Okay, so thoughts on this pattern, just in case you have a similar body type and find a pattern similar to this that you want to make, or this exact one. You never know. I am very short. I'm only like 5'1", and I did shorten the skirt length, but I didn't shorten the torso. And because it's so fitted throughout like the torso area, it really feels like the torso area was too long for my body, so it creates like these wrinkles in the back. There's just too much there. So next time I make this, I know that I need to shorten the torso a little bit, maybe about an inch or so. I wasn't sure if I would like these sleeves, but I actually really do. I think they're really cute. I think they broaden the shoulders a little bit, but in broadening them, it can also make the waist look smaller in proportion. So actually, I really like that. I think they are pretty cute. Yeah, I think that's the only thoughts I have on this pattern. Oh, and if you do change it to zip in the back, you do also have to change the collar. I didn't think about that when I was making it until I got to that point in the making process. So I really like how it turned out. There's a couple fit issues. It fit me in the bust pretty good, actually. It's just, I feel like it's too long in the torso to create the silhouette that it actually has. I think it should be a little bit shorter in the waist, like lengthwise. But other than that, I really liked it. I didn't change any measurements. This was in size 20, which corresponds to a 38-inch bust. So this was a really good pattern. The only changes I have to make for my body is that I need to make it shorter because I am more short. But the width-wise, it's great. Like, it might feel a little snug, but it's not too snug throughout here. It just, if I'm bloated or something, it's gonna show, which right now I am a little bloated. So it is gonna show a little bit of bloating if you do have bloating when you wear it, but other than that, I think it fits great. Actually, I really love this pattern, and I am excited for when Valentine's Day comes. And there's a certain, it's not this pattern, there's a pattern that's black with hearts on it that I really want to make. That was from the 1940s. The silhouette, the shapes of the panels of the skirts is very much like this. So that's why I purchased this pattern specifically for remaking that other one, because I can't find the other one. So I tried finding something close enough that when I do make that project, I will have a pattern similar enough that this should work. Okay, bye.